Hello and welcome back to our continuing Settlement Survival New Trade System series. I'm Larry, it's episode 24, and we have some more stuff that we have on our map. Yes, I did play with the dig tool a little more, and went ahead and added these nice little water nurseries here. And look at it. Aren't they cool? Oh, and look at all those trees. Yes, we are back in the tree business, and it is going to look pretty. A whole lot better than our little commercial area that's, pretty much yuck. And look at it. Our trees have gone up. Yes, just by adding these 3 tree farms, bringing in fertilizer and all that. Yeah, well, I've managed to resuscitate that. And look at all the new building I've done. And guess what we're building over here? Yes, we are finally going to get into more alcohol production. And we're also going to be setting up for our bandages and all that, so we can get the pharmacies doing their thing. And just think, having what is the medical alcohol, I think it is, we're getting absolutely destroyed in our injuries. 46 of them. It's like, oh my gosh, it's horrible. So once we get the medical alcohol going, oh, life will be good. They'll literally just be in the hospital for like all of a few seconds, and then they'll be healed up. And I'm back to my old trick again to get our trees up to the big density that I like. And what I do is, and this person has 4. I should say not a person. This forester's hut has 4 settlers in it. I have it set on plan only. So they're going to get a nice set of dense trees. Just like, see this empty spot right here? There used to be a mountain there. And I said, no. I don't need you anymore. Forget it. You're in my way. Now, will I keep this mountain? I think I will. But the other mountain, I'm just like, I don't like you. You don't like me. You're in my way. So be gone with you. And that's what we went ahead and did. It is no longer. And get rid of some of this stuff so it's not in our way. There's just way too much stuff on this map. But sooner or later, we will have this whole map covered 100%. But I went ahead and I've been adding more of these. Just like this one's being built. So I'm having them go out ahead of me so I can double check. So I can make sure that everything's fully planted and I don't have to worry about it. Because trying to build in between the lines of trees, that's one of the reasons why I build in H, because they tend to plant them in a grid pattern. So it's easier for me to lay my roads down and all that. And since I have 251 people or laborers, let's just go ahead and get more of them started. And look at all of this. All of this is all ready to go. Now, I have over here, I've already put down multiple fields of cotton, which is good. But we need to add a little bit more. So, but not in cotton. Now we need to get some agave going, because that is a fundamental spirit which everything basically works off of. So we have to have enough agave going to get what we want. Now I probably like 70,000 of agave. Yeah, 64,000 in the warehouses, but we're going to go through that pretty darn quick. So it's going to be smart of me to get all this stuff planted with agave. And that should be the final field for agave. raw. There we go. Raw materials done. Now we have these 4. And what I'm going to do with these 4 is we're going to go ahead and tack on, it's a staple food, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our wheat. And the reason why we're going to be bringing in wheat is we're going to turn around and turn that. I think it's what I want. I better double check. No, we should be fine. Wheat should be fine. We're going to turn it into whiskey. And in order to do that, we have to go through. I'm just trying to remember, is it wheat or is it corn? I forgot to build one of these things. Maybe I should see if I have one on the map. I think it might be both. I could be wrong, because I know you can make the stuff out of oats. Now, do I have anything grinding up here? That's the textile mill. So this is water. I don't think I have one. But I'm making... Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't think I built one. So I think I better build one before we start. Matter of fact, these aren't critical, so I'm just going to pause these. I guess I should have looked before I started the episode, but you know what? Now I'm not too sure. So let's see. We need to go over to what? Food. And let's do the watermill, because I like the watermill. The watermill's nice. So we'll go ahead and put one right there. It's like it's happening. Everything is lining up like magic. Or could I possibly used the dig tool? Thank goodness for dig tools. Okay, now we have that. So I like that. We will go ahead and put a road there. Because why not? Gotta have a good road. No good roads leads to trouble. So if we're going to put these here, then I'm thinking we're going to need a supply station. But unfortunately, this little supply station is not going to give everything that I want it to. So this is where I don't mind doubling up on stuff. So what we will go ahead and do is we are going to put down another small supply station. Now, I know people are probably thinking, why would you do a small supply station? Well, it's just, I'll scoot this over just for in case if I want 6. So we'll put this right. Okay, we don't want to kill that many trees. So if we can not have to kill very many trees here. So what I'm going to do is we have that. And what I want is a lot of people would put the transfer station down now. But I don't want this stuff sent all over the map. We're going to keep our manufacturing concentrated over here. So what we want to do is go ahead and put down some warehouses. And since we have these available and they're pretty, I am going to put down some warehouses. And just for food, I think we should be okay. I'm thinking, yeah, we should be okay. So let's go ahead and get them to start building all this. And we try to avoid the trees if we can. Keep everything all nice and lush and happy. So I should be avoiding a bunch of trees there. And there shouldn't be trees here. I've gotten so good at avoiding trees that I've checked things out, and having people just going through that amount of dirt, it doesn't do anything. It's literally negligible for them to walk 1 square in the dirt. It's like no big deal. So don't ever, if you can keep a tree or two, do it, because it makes your map look so much nicer. And I know, I'm like the pot calling the kettle black. If you have seen any of my initial first playthroughs in series, I cut down every tree. It was just like barren. It was horrible. I look at how I used to play, and it's just like, I did that? Ew. What was I thinking? But you live and you learn. You get better and better at the game. And stuff that you would have never done, well, that you'd never do now, you constantly did back then. So, whatever. Now, I also need to show you this. We need to stabilize out our population. And this is where the nursing home works out spectacularly, because all the non-breeding adults go into these buildings. So I need to make sure I have like 10 or 12 of these buildings plopped down around the map, because with how much they hold, I mean, you're talking 36 people. That's a lot of people. Oh, and let's make them happy. Did I bite? Wait a minute. Where's all my cats? I'm supposed to have cats. Oh, don't tell me that if you have them in storage, they die. One of my cats died. That is so wrong. Wait a minute. Nursing homes can't take cats? Oh, that is evil. Wow, that's not nice. I didn't know that. I wouldn't have bought all those cats to torment the old people. That's not fair. Cats have attitude. Would drive old people crazy. They'll be like, walk towards you, and you're like, oh, I get to pet the kitty, and then the kitty turns around right before you touch it, and it turns around and walks away. And you're like, freaking cat. You're not nice. Where a puppy's just going to be like, I'm going to let you pet me until like I pass out. So please pet me. It's like, no. See, luxury apartments will take cats. I'm calling shenanigans for that. That's not right. But I guess it is what it is. But for me to lose a cat, now that's not right. So if they are going to be anti-cat, that means I need to sell off all my cats. That's not fair. I'll turn them into fodder. No, I didn't say that. I was just kidding. That was wrong of me. Maybe it was just that one. No, they're all that way. Well, I tried. And what? Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to buy toilets for these people, aren't I? Oh, what a bummer. Oh, it is what it is. So, I also ran some tests. Yes, this would be something you might be interested in, because I fell in love with these Hardwood Pastures. Since it was new content, I'm like, I'm putting these puppies out there. These things are awesome. And I mean, you get twice the animals. Everything's awesome. For people, well, I turned around and made the same size Hardwood Pasture. Now, these are respectable numbers. You can't argue that. But look at this. 1,045, 291. These actually did better. Can you believe that? But there's a caveat. This only did it with 2 people. This did it with 4 people. But did you notice the number the poop. And that's the one thing we've been running short on big time, is the poop. So, do I want 331 by 2 people with 1,045 pork? Or do I want 619 with 1,177 with 4 people? I don't like running out of poop, because if we're going to grow crops, we need it. It's food for thought, because I've been shipping in fertilizer like crazy. And I don't mind trading for fertilizer, but come on. I want to be self-sustainable. And right now, our fertilizer is just tanking like there's no tomorrow. Let me show you. Come on. Right here. Let me show you. Get up there. Our fodder's doing great. That new fodder recipe, awesome. But my dried animal dung is at 109. I cannot get it any higher. The only reason why we have this much fertilizer is I've been bringing in, 12,100 at a time just to keep us, or the fields going. It's been absolutely horrible. So that's why I haven't done anything with the animals, is I've just been watching this to see what's going on. Because the pigs are probably the fastest breeders and highest amount of food, plus the most amount of poop. So 619, 1345, 356, 1045. Only big difference is 4 people versus 2 people. Now, if you're hurting on people, then yeah, I get going with the corrals. But if you're not hurting on people, and I mean, say you have a lot of people, but you're far behind in the trade factions, then you're going to be in trouble. So right now, I'm looking at seriously thinking about, I'm not going to do corrals. But the only thing I haven't tested is I have not tested the plantations against the dense ones. That's the only thing I haven't done. Now, this is done adequate. 518 for a year. 596. 525. Not bad. But come over here, and I know I have these 6 fields over here somewhere. Let me get to them. Right here, I have this cotton, 1246. So, you know what I'm going to be doing? Oh no. I guess I'm going to be taking down some plantations, because with these numbers, oh, wait a minute though. I have this in here. Okay, before I do anything, I totally forgot I had those upgrades on there. So before I do anything, I think I better upgrade these things. How are we doing on this? Oh yeah, we have plenty. So, how many of these do I have left? Oh, I have 10. So let's see what happens with all of these things upgraded. Oops. Oh, what am I doing? I'm pressing the wrong buttons. There we go. So right now, we know that these numbers over here don't lie, because neither one of these were upgraded. And I could upgrade these things to see exactly what happens. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Let's see how it affects their numbers. I don't care if they're reinforced, but we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll see what's going on and get some real good numbers, some hardcore numbers, because, you know, we only have so much space to build on this map. And once we get it built up, then you have to start turning around and destroying parts of your map to get it better and better and better. And it's like, I really don't want to do that. Okay, now that these things are built, let's see what we can have. We need malt. So, yeah, wheat. It's wheat or oats. We'll do malt. So that's what we wanted. We wanted to do one of these two. Because, let me show you. We have... Where's it at? It's right there. We have one of these things here. See, right now I'm making beer because I want to keep them from drinking my alcohol, my spirits. So, right here, wheat and water will make beer. That makes beer. Yeah, so we're good. Oh, wait a minute. No, I want fancy drinks. Fancy drinks. There we go. So, we want malt, we want spirits, and we need a glass bottle. And that will get us whiskey. And that's what we want. So, we just needed to know what type of malt to make. Malto meal. That will work. And so, we can do either wheat or oats. So, I think, I don't know which one actually grows fast enough. Let's see. Directly edible process for... come on. So it doesn't have anything about if any one of them grows faster than the other. So, and since I never really timed oats and wheat, we will go ahead and, since I already have wheat selected, let's just go ahead and do wheat. And I'll be happy with that. Because I'm growing oats for the beer. And believe it or not, I'm going to shut down my beer production after a while. So with where things are on the map, I'm just going to let it lie. Because eventually the beer will go away. Now, this is the whole fire thingy. And we put the fires out, and I think we get some type, domestic fuel. Now, the great thing is I have them banned from using domestic fuel, and I'm not making any domestic fuel right now, but we're going to start. That's one of the reasons why I brought all those forest farms online, because once we start doing what we need to do, we're going to be chewing up lumber like there's no tomorrow, because all that cooking that we do will require domestic fuel for cooking. That's why I have them banned. That's one of the reasons why I use coal. One, coal's easier, but by having coal heating up housing and using boilers and all that other fun stuff, it just makes life so much easier. Oh, and if you want to reduce your coal supply, have it less intensive, use boilers. Trust me, it reduces the consumption of your coal big time. That's one of the reasons why I'm making sure that I have boilers for all the housing. I used to make sure everything was covered, buildings, everything, but it didn't help. So by doing it this way, I've reduced the coal consumption big time. If I didn't have boilers in here, I would not be sitting on 62,000. Absolutely not. It would be insane. I would probably be in the neighborhood of probably 10, 12,000 and it would slowly go up, but it would want to go down every time I built more houses. So by doing the boilers, it really controls the consumption on your coal, and it makes for a much easier life. Now, see, look at all the new trees that they did since I pressed the H key. Aren't those pretty trees? Why did it look like they chopped down a tree? Because they did. That's the one bad part of doing this, is if you don't catch the ones that are not on plant only, then it puts you behind on your building schedule. And I've got to get all this stuff cleared out so they can plant trees. That's the one problem, is I get a little focused and I forget about stuff. Oh, you should see my extreme playthrough my Easter Island that I just started. It's funny. Because I'm sitting there talking to everybody, explaining on what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not watching the water whatsoever. I'm just like, okay, I know I have to build wells, but I'll get to it. And I put in reservoirs. Still wasn't looking at my water. And then all of a sudden, all these mugs are above people's heads. And I'm like, oh, I'm out of water. It's such a bad thing. I'm like, oh, I'm a bad player. And it's just like, hey, you people think you're tough? Just live without water. It's no big deal. You're surrounded by an ocean. Go ahead and drink out of the ocean. They weren't too happy with that, so a lot of them started dying on me. It was funny. And I know people panic. They're just like, oh no, you lost 50 or 60 people. You're not going to recover from that. And it's like, yeah, well, it's no big deal. I mean, I went through one time with a plague where I had 1,500, 1,600 people. And I think by the time I could combat the plague, I was down to like 100 and maybe 200 people, if that. It was horrible. Everybody thought I was history. Everybody thought I was toast. And I'm like, nope. So I just kept some buildings open. Oh, and the trick was keep the repair buildings open. I made sure that they stayed open. So they kept buildings in repair. And of course, I consolidated the population closer to each other and rebounded. And within 6 or 7 episodes, we were back to full strength. So it's like, don't panic. If you have the food, and just like right now, if something horrible happened right now, look at all the supplies that I have. It's no big deal. So if I was ravaged by a plague, it's like, hey, I got plenty of supplies. We can rebound through it. It's no big deal. That's why overproduction is not a bad thing. Yeah, it's a headache for warehouses, but it's really not that bad. So, where are we at with these guys? I don't know. Did the year go by? I wasn't paying much of attention here. 1269, 373. I think those are last year's numbers. I don't know, because they should be better. If not, I'm going to be a little upset, because that'd be a waste of all those hoes. Or I shouldn't say they're not hoes, all those iron tools. So, what are we going to do in the next episode? And what I'm going to do is, in between cameras, or in between episodes, I'm going to put the area in for all of our wineries and all that other fun stuff. And I don't do very much of that building anymore on camera, because I've had multiple people tell me, like, Larry, it's boring. Please don't put us through this. And I'm like, really? You guys don't like it? And they're just like, it's boring. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. And see, look what I did. I kind of messed things up. So we're going to have to get rid of these things. And I know it's not something I want to do, but I was not paying attention. I should do one at a time, because if I can catch it in time. Oh, that's the problem with these warehouses, is you can't see the stock level. That's the one nice thing when you do open storage and mess it up. You can go and destroy it. You'll watch them take all the merchandise out first, and then right after they take the last item out, you hit pause, you hit the cancel button, and you have a perfectly good, empty warehouse. But with this, you can't see what's in it. So it's just like, I don't know what's going on. So what happens if I cancel it now? Aha. No, stop. You did it to me again. So, wow, they throw everything back in there real fast now, didn't they? Let's try this again. Once it hits, 100%, then I pause it, and we'll see what happens. Come on, guys, come take this stuff. Oh, now nobody wants to come over here and do their thing. That is so wrong. So, come on. We're getting close. 97. This is like the Great Temple thing again. Come on. You guys can do it. Oh, did you see it? Somebody was sneaky and tossed some of their stuff back in. Okay. Let's see if... Oh, yeah. When they mean 99%, they mean 99%. There's still stuff there. That's just wrong. And it's just probably one person that just has to come and grab something, and they're on the other side of the map. Lay any amount of money, that's what it is. Okie dokie, guys. With 343 people, you figure it says 100%. Oh, you want to bet that somebody turned around and was still in there and they dropped their stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into raw materials, and it's just going to be food materials. And I bet you fat falls into that, doesn't it? Oh, it does. Oh, what a bummer. Oh, no, I don't want food materials. What am I thinking? I almost messed that up. We want beverage materials, right? Let's click this one off. Oh, it's not beverage materials. Well then, it's actually going to be under food raw? Malt, yes it is. Oh, what a bummer. So, these warehouses are going to get jam-packed of stuff I don't want. That's... sigh. It is what it is. This is where I wish we could just filter the warehouses just a little bit better. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So, I don't know what we're going to do there, other than me whine and cry about it and nothing gets done. But we'll sit here and watch this warehouse get built. And these trees are going in nice. See, look at that. Isn't that going to be pretty? So, it makes a big difference. We're looking at a map full of trees. It's far less stressful, less headaches. To where when H is on, it's like, ugh, what am I doing here? This is horrible. But You have to have straight roads. You have to have trees. You got to do something. And this is the only thing I could think of. Oh, and we have to put that together. But you know what? I think, boys and girls, we are going to end the episode here because we did exactly what I said we would do today. Oh, come on. Give it to me. See, this is irritating that they put one out here and they don't let you grab it. That is just so wrong. Oh, well, it is what it is. So, yes. Hopefully you saw something in here that you liked. If you did, hit like. And for all you new subscribers, I put out a lot of content every day. So if you like settlement survival, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel. Yes. And so I wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. Because believe it or not, I'm actually popular in Europe and in South Korea. I'm just like looking at my metrics and it's like, really? Wow. So, hi everybody. So, I am going to have it's evening for me here in Arizona. So, I am going to end it here and I will talk to all of you in the next episode. Bye.